How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today I'm going to be doing my review for the latest installment of the MCU, Captain Marvel. But first, remember, if you guys are new, make sure to check out my social media and vlogging channel down in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I know there's been lots of controversy with this film and whatnot, but I'm not going to talk about that in this review. I'm just going to give my honest opinion on the film. And that's right, everybody. I liked it. It beat my expectations. Now, with that being said, it wasn't incredible. I definitely have some issues with it. For one, the CGI. The majority of the film actually had good uses of it, but then in the final act, it all falls apart. I mean, just look at this. Wow. Another negative I have with this film was Goose. That's right, everyone seems to love him. Well, guess what? I think he's overrated. The way they play off Nick losing his eye for laughs was so aggravating to me. I mean, you lost your eye, Fury. Why aren't you, like, pissed or something? What the fuck? Now, the last real negative I have with this film is small, and that's the use of Agent Coulson. I mean, he's barely in the movie, which was pretty disappointing, to be honest. But, again, this really is just a nitpick, so other than that, I don't really have too many negatives with this film. I've heard some people say that Carol Danvers isn't fleshed out as a character, but sort of disagree with that, actually. I mean, we see Carol struggle to remember who she is. We feel for her. We see what's going on in her mind. She's lost, and honestly, this made for some pretty inspirational and emotional moments, which I was surprised by. Moving into some more things I liked about this movie, the villain/twist. Going into the film, we think the Skrulls are going to be the big villains, but later, as we watch the movie, we find out that the Kree are the real bad guys. I honestly wasn't expecting this twist, mainly because the Skrulls were so hyped up to be these major villains, and then they turn out to be the good guys. Pretty cool. This also makes me think that the theory of one of the Avengers in Endgame being a Skrull is unlikely to happen now, since it wouldn't really matter now that we know Skrulls are good. Another positive about this film is the action. I honestly enjoyed it. I thought most of the action sequences were really exciting. My personal favorites were the train fight and the final battle in the canyon. I also enjoyed the 90s setting of the film. All the 90s references to, the music and stores and whatnot was just so cool. A couple other things I liked were the directing and cinematography, and Brie Larson did a pretty good job as Captain Marvel. There were also some good comedic moments throughout the film, mostly the ones with the Skrulls, surprisingly. This movie also didn't really include a lot of feminism in it, which I was glad about. I'm just happy they didn't stuff it down our throats. Lastly, the way they ended this film was perfect. I love that we got to see the beginning of Nick starting the Avengers Initiative, and they even started to play the freaking Avengers theme. Oh man, it was great. This movie got me super hyped for Endgame, to be honest. Okay, so speaking of Endgame, let's talk about this post-credit scene. Wow, holy shit, you guys, it was great. We got to see Steve, Natasha, Rhodey, and Bruce at the Avengers compound looking at Nick's pager that he used to send the message to Captain Marvel with at the end of Infinity War. Natasha, she's unsure about who is on the other end and who's being contacted, and bam, Captain Marvel shows up. With a new suit, actually. I do believe it was a new suit, and man, it was just so awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing her in Endgame now. Overall, this movie exceeded my expectations, and I actually liked it. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't an amazing film, but it's probably, in my top 10 to 12 favorite MCU films. Anyway, let me hear your thoughts on this movie down in the comments below, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Boop.